All right, y'all, let's go ahead and begin. So to start off with, we're going to go ahead and jump into canva.com. Like, if you know, you know. If you're not new here, then you already know. So we're going to go ahead and hit create a design. And we're going to do, well, I'm using 13 by 19 size paper. So that is the dimensions of my project. Whatever paper size you're using is what you're going to want to enter, okay? So I'm doing 13 by 19. And let's go ahead and wait for everything to load. Actually, I want to resize this. I want to do 19 by 13. I want it in landscape. It's just a little easier for me personally to design like that. So I'm just going to change that and hit resize, and there we go. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is go ahead over here to uploads, and I got these Valentine's Day backgrounds off of creativefabrica.com, and of course I'll go ahead and leave the links for you in the description box, like these four right here. It was actually a bundle. I think it came with like 12 of them. I got all of them from Creative Fabrica, and I just, uploaded my favorites. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this one right here. And I'm going to hit right click and hit set as image background. And then I'm going to, I know I want to use this picture, so I'm just going to go ahead and set that up. And let's go ahead and hit edit image. And we're going to remove this background. Now, the remove background feature on Canva is a Canva Pro feature. So if you don't have Canva Pro, I'll leave my affiliate link in the description box where you can try Canva Pro free for 30 days. Okay. Besides being able to remove the background, there's tons of other features in Canva that I love that are available to the Pro members. Okay, you could try it free for 30 days, and after that it's like $12 a month. So okay, so I have my background, and I'm just going to shrink this down and put it to the side for a second. We're going to go over here to elements, and I'm going to type in whole. And this right here is what I'm looking for. So even things like this, you see when I hover over this, it has this Pro right here. So this lets you know that is a Canva Pro feature. For me, it's free to use because I do have the monthly membership. But if you don't have Canva Pro, you wouldn't be able to use this. You'd have to pay unless you use my affiliate link in the description box and go ahead and try it for 30 days for free. Okay. So we have this like hole right here, right? I don't want this little, I don't want it to be black. So I'm going to make sure that it's selected. I'm going to go up here to my top toolbar, and where it's black, I want it to match the colors of my background. One thing I do like that Canva does is that it'll pull the images from the pictures that you're using, right? So I had inserted this image, so it has all of the photo colors over here, which is great for me because I can just easily click which one it is, and that one matches, right? So now it kind of has, like that little rip effect. And we're going to keep everything centered. And to do that, you see this line right here that popped up, and those lines right there lets me know that it's centered. Or I could also go over here to file and hit show rulers and hit show guides. So now, how did I get there? So now I can just go over here to the side and pull this, and you see how it's purple until I get to the center, and then it turns pink. So that lets me know that's the center of my image. And same thing right here, right? It's purple, 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 pink. Awesome. So I know I want to keep my design within these little four corners right there, letting me know everything is centered. So now what I'm going to do is stay in elements, and I'm going to get a frame. Now when you get a frame, you want to get the ones with like this, like, I don't know, like sky background or whatever it is. I'm just going to use the circle right here and shrink it down to fit like in the middle of this, just a little bit smaller. tad bit smaller. All right, bam, perfect, that'll work. I'm just gonna go ahead and insert my photo, and I want to adjust this a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and double click on this photo, and it'll allow me to enlarge it and make a few adjustments. And I just want to, wrong thing. Well, I don't need that right now. Yeah, I just want to turn it this way and maybe make it a little bit bigger. Y'all, this is like so funny to me. Like, this is gonna be so cute. My husband's gonna be like, girl, you crazy? But yeah, this is hilarious. This is like a great Valentine's gag gift, or just, I don't know, just like a cute little gift in general. Okay, so bam, we have that. And honestly, y'all, that is the design, but this is only for the front. So either, if you wanted this on the back as well, you could go ahead and just hit this button right here, and that would duplicate the page for you. But I don't want that on the back. I want, let me go to uploads, and I'm just going to pick, actually, we could also go to photos over here and hit Valentine background and see what Canva has to offer. So, see if we see anything cute. That's cute. That's cute. Let me just see. So, I could really use just either one of these, because just, to go on the back. I like this. Alright, bam. So I have this image. Gonna go ahead and hit right click and set it as my image background. Okay, so now that we have that, we're just gonna go over here to download, and we're going to save this as a PNG to your computer. Okay, go ahead and hit save file. Open it up, and then you're gonna go ahead and export that. So now, alright y'all, now this is the key to the whole project, okay? I'm about to put y'all up on game, so pay attention. You're going to go down to your printer settings, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and type printers into my little search bar down here. And you're going to find your printer that you're using for sublimation. I'm using a Workforce 7710. So we're going to go ahead and hit manage. Once you hit manage, go over to printing preferences. The settings that you want to do is come down here to multi-page, and you either, depending on your paper size, right? Because I'm using 13 by 19 size paper, I only need it to be split into 2 pages. So I need 2 by 1 poster, okay? The smaller your paper, the bigger prints you need, and you need to make sure it says poster. This 2 up, 4 down, that doesn't work, okay? So I'm doing 2 by 1 poster, and we're going to go ahead and hit OK. So now that we have that, y'all pay attention, rewind, screenshot, do whatever it is you need it, right? Because that is like super important. So now that we have that, go ahead. Here's our picture. Gonna go ahead and hit print. I'm using my Workforce 7710. I need to go into more settings right here. Change it from portrait to landscape. I'm using A3 plus paper, premium presentation matte. Coming from my cassette, my output quality is standard. Yada yada yada, right? There's like nothing, super special right there. But if you don't know what your settings, what settings to use, that can give you an idea. And by the way, I am using Cosmos ink for this project, okay? So I have that, and we're just going to go ahead and print, and my computer is going to split this for me perfectly, you guys. I'm telling you, life hack, okay? So now that we have all that, we're going to go ahead and print it out, and then we'll press. So once everything is printed, and if you use the settings that I showed you in the video, This image does not print borderless, okay? So what you're going to do is just cut off the border on one of your images. You want to cut as close as possible to the image without actually cutting onto the image, okay? Because if you cut onto the image, then it won't line up correctly and then everything gonna be janky, right? And we don't want that. So once you cut everything off, we're going to just go ahead and line it up. Do like the little trial run line up. Once you have everything how you like it, we're just going to go ahead and take our heat tape, and on the image that we left the border on, because you do cut one border off, leave one on, okay? So the one that we left on, we're just going to apply some heat tape to the back of it. And that is going to allow us to take our other image and just lay it on top, okay? Now you see this little white border right here? That's as much overlap that you want on your pictures. If you like tape two images together to make one big image and you're getting a press line, either you're leaving too much of an overlap and it's allowing ink to come through the back and it's giving that line, or the pressure on your press is too tight and you just need to loosen it, okay? So those might be like two troubleshooting areas, if you get that press line. Press lines are so ugly, we don't want that, okay? So once I have everything aligned how I like it, I'm gonna take it off a couple more times. But once you get everything aligned like you like it, like basically near perfect, you're just gonna go ahead and flip it over and then securely tape like the whole paper together. So my printer was acting crazy and didn't want to print. So the bottom of my paper is actually a little bit too short. So I started printing another sheet, but then I was like, I'm not going to waste all this ink, right? So I printed one sheet. So what you're going to see me do is just cut off the bottom from that sheet and just tape it to the bottom of this sheet, just like I did. Basically just going to repeat the same process, but just adding it to the bottom of the paper so that it covers the full length of the paper, right? So once we have everything all taped together, we're going to go ahead and pre-press our shorts. Now I have my temperature at 385 degrees and I'm going to pre-press them for about 10 seconds after we lint roll them really, really well, right? Now I got these boxers from Heat Transfer Warehouse, and of course the link to get these boxers will be in the description box. So yeah, lint roll really, really well, front and back. And then you're going to go ahead and pre-press it for about 10 seconds so that we just get all the wrinkles out, any moisture that may be in there, and we can get like a nice smooth surface to press, because we don't want any creases when we press, because nothing ruins the project like lint and creases, okay? So these boxes are just a little bit bigger than my 15 by 15 heat press, so I'm going to press them in 2 sections. And once I have everything pre-pressed all nice and flat, I'm just going to go ahead and take the boxers and I'm going to center like the crotch area like right over my face. Like I know that sounds crazy, but yeah, like I want it to kind of look like my face is like busting through the crotch, right? Like I don't know, it's just like, so this whole idea is just hilarious to me. Like I really can't wait to see his reaction. So anyway, so once I have it centered how I want it, now normally I would use an adhesive spray, right, to keep everything, like stick it to the fabric, make sure it doesn't move, etc., etc. But it was like really storming outside. I didn't feel like going to the store, so I'm just going to go ahead and heat tape it really well to the paper, right? Like I said, so since I'm using a 15 by 15 heat press and the boxes are a little bit bigger than the heat press, I don't want this to shift. And I'm laying this on top of a poster board. So since I'm pressing it in 2 sections, I can just slide the poster board over versus sliding the paper over, which would cause it to shift a little bit on the garment, which would cause ghosting, etc., etc. We don't want that. So I'm going to lay this on top of a poster board, and when it's time to move it over, I'm just going to slide the poster board over, but that's going to keep the boxers stable. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and flip it over onto the poster board and move it over to the heat press, and I'm pressing at 385 degrees for 60 seconds, and I'm doing it in 2 sections. And once we have that, we're just going to go ahead and remove it off the heat press and repeat the same process for the back, right? Print out that paper, cut the border, tape it together. Look at that line. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. And then we're just going to go ahead and take it back over to the heat press and press it 385 degrees for 60 seconds again. And this is it, y'all, the big reveal. Like, this is always the scariest part of a project. But everything you need for this video will be in the description box. Look at those colors. Oh my gosh. Boxers from Heat Transfer Warehouse, Cosmos Ink. Everything you need will be listed in the description box. And if you like this video, you learned something new, give your girl a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and make sure you come back for more. All right, so until next time, guys, I'll see you later. As always, thanks for watching.